Hello and welcome back. This is a somewhat short video on the Pothos, the update of the Pothos on the moss pole. I've shown you little clips and referenced it in other videos, but this is how it's doing. This is the golden Pothos. This is the plant that I got from Home Depot. And the moss pole is making a big difference. You can see how small, or well, these are the size, the original size of the leaves in the beginning. So if you notice this vine here, this is about 3 inches in size. And if you were to track that vine, once it got established or put roots into the moss pole, let me move this. See, that's one, there's more under here. Notice how much thicker this vine is getting. So once it has what it feels like a secure anchor, it really starts to get bigger. And that's the same vine, and look how big that leaf is. That's about 5.5, almost 6. So it really doubled itself. This vine, you can see how much thicker it is up here. If we trail it back, notice it's kind of how much thinner it is down here, and all the way to the bottom here. I believe it's this one here. So the leaves at the bottom here, once again, are around I would say 3.5 inches, and at the top you can see the size. It's for me, that's huge. I've never had pothos that has doubled its leaves like that, and look how thick the stem is. So that's about 5.5, almost 6 inches. It's impressive, and it's still going further up. I am most likely going to add one more, because of these type moss poles, I have one more. So I'm going to add it to the top. It'll probably reach to the top of the door here. And I don't have any more for this one, and anything that grows beyond that I'll probably just top and repropagate. But I've been very pleased with the progress. Once again, watering regime, I do low dose fertilizing every week. This is the powder room on the main floor. This little space holds humidity more than anywhere else in the house. So this particular pothos, it's probably every 10-12 days that I'm watering it, because the soil hasn't dried out completely, even with my arid soil mix. So I don't push it. Every other day or so I come in here and I just spray the Velcro points. Every place you see Velcro is a place where a node like that, I'm trying to force into the moss pole to make sure that it gets a good anchor. Down below, you notice that this is a new one I put on today, but the bottom section doesn't have that many Velcros, because for the most part, it's grown into the moss pole and is secure. Each one of these Velcros that's holding a node, I keep on there for about, I would say about 4 weeks before I fool around and try to move it. So I want to make sure each one of those node points that I'm securing onto the moss pole has actually started to grow into the moss pole. Like this guy, I need to readjust because he's poking out. But I want to see if I can give you an example. There, if you look closely, Where? Up top, there's several that are growing in. This is a new one that's growing in as well. I can't really give you good examples down here unless I take off the Velcros that I have on there. But some people don't like the look of the bands, but once the nodes and the roots are established into the moss poles, you can take these off. I'm just trying to get as much contact and as much nodes growing into the moss as moss pole as possible, because the more nodes that grow in there, the more secure the plant feels, and the bigger the leaves will get. I'm trying to get as big as leaves as I can get possible. I have seen or heard of people that have put these in grow tents to increase the humidity and the light intensity, and they really take off at that point. It is a tropical plant. It does love humidity, although it's very generous to people that don't really pay attention to it. But if you really want the big leaves, that's the way to go. And as I said, it definitely seems that once the plant feels secure in growing on something as it's climbing up, that's when it decides to put out bigger leaves, and you'll notice an increase in the thickness of the stem. My two daughters had Pothos that I gave them from the mother plant in Richmond Hill, and they have vines trailing everywhere, and all the leaves are about this size. So I think the plant doesn't put out much energy into producing bigger leaves as it's putting out vines and trailing. But once it latches onto a tree, or you send it climbing up something that it can put its aerial roots in, then it really gets happy. And yeah, we can see the results of that. Anyways, Pothos update. That's all I have for this plant. And yeah, I'm really happy with it. Anyways, have a great day, guys.